Hello everyone, it's Kristopher from Fixins. For the past few years during the month of October, I have given myself a task. This task involved watching 31 movies in 31 days. The rules were simple. I could watch as many as I wanted in a single day, as long as all 31 were done before or on Halloween. I do have 3 kids and work full time, so I need to budget my time properly. This episode is a special Halloween video from Fixins giving you my top 10 favorite horror movies out of the 31 I watched this year. To see the complete list, please check out the info section of the YouTube video. Number 10. Night of the Creeps. Alien brain parasites entering humans through the mouth turn their host into killing zombies. Some teenagers start to fight against them. This comedy horror is directed by Fred Decker and stars Jason Lively and Tom Atkins. When I was watching it, I thought it was a horror film that didn't age well. So I felt bad for the filmmakers because the movie was making me laugh so much. Turns out, after some research, it was meant to be funny, and it makes much more sense. Check it out for some 80s comedic horror. Number 9. Nightmare on Elm Street 3: Dream Warriors. Survivors of undead serial killer Freddy Krueger, who stalks his victim in their dreams, learn to take control of their own dreams in order to fight back. Directed by Chuck Russell and starring Robert Englund, this installment of the series picks up where the first one left off. I have always had a soft spot for the Nightmare movies, and I feel this one could be the best in the series. It's unique and freaky. It's the last one in the films to be taken serious before they become too campy and over the top. I also pretend the second one doesn't exist. Number 8. The Curse of Frankenstein. Victor Frankenstein builds a creature and brings it to life, but it behaves not as he intended. Curse of Frankenstein is by Hammer Film Productions and is directed by Terrence Fisher. It stars Peter Cushing, Hazel Court, and Christopher Lee as the creature. The movie is loosely based off of Mary Shelley's book. It was Hammer's first color film, and because of its success led to the resurrection of the Universal monster movies and spawned several sequels by Hammer. This film has a great look and horror feel. Watch it and enjoy. It holds up well for a movie from 1957. Number 7. The Gate. 2 young boys accidentally release a horde of nasty, pint-sized demons from a hole in a suburban backyard. What follows is a classic battle between good and evil. The movie is directed by Tibor Takas, I think that's how you say it, and stars a young Stephen Dorff. The movie is a great horror film with some amazing practical effects. It uses forced perspective perfectly, and the child actors do a great job carrying this film. Number 6. Conjuring 2. Lorraine and Ed Warren travel to North London to help a single mother raising 4 children alone in a house plagued by spirits. James Wan returns to direct this sequel. Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson reprise their roles as Ed and Lorraine Warren. This is a solid film and a great sequel. It has a creepy atmosphere and some downright scary scenes. I'm not sure if it was the movie or just timing, but the night I watched this movie I had trouble sleeping. Maybe insomnia? Maybe freaky ghosts messing with me, who knows? Number 5. Inferno. An American college student in Rome and his sister in New York investigate a series of killings in both locations where their resident addresses are the domain of 2 covens of witches. The second film in Dario Argento's 3 Mothers trilogy, the first being Suspiria and the latter being Mother of Tears. It stars Lee McCluskey and Irene Miracle. I watched 1977's Suspiria last year and really dug it, so I decided to watch the second one in the trilogy, and I have to say I enjoyed it more than the first. One of the rare moments when a sequel is better than the original, in my opinion. It has some great atmosphere and a cool story. Bring your popcorn and let Argento take you for an unconventional ride through great cinema. Number 4. Halloween 3: Season of the Witch. Kids all over America want silver shamrock masks for Halloween. Dr. Daniel Chalice seeks to uncover a plot by the company's owner, Conal Cochran. The third installment in the Halloween series is directed by Tommy Lee Wallace and stars Tom Atkins, Stacey Nelkin, and Dan O'Harely. After Halloween 2, the series was looking to get rid of Michael Myers, so it went into the way of an anthology. Apparently, a new Halloween would be released each year with a completely different story. But because everyone hated this one at the time, the series reverted back to Mr. Myers. I feel this film is an overlooked classic that holds up pretty good today, if you enjoy the 80s horror style. Number 3. Alien. After a space merchant vessel perceives an unknown transmission as a distress call, their landing on a source moon finds one of the crew attacked by a mysterious life form. Ah, Alien. Ridley Scott's masterpiece, starring Tom Skerritt, Sigourney Weaver, Veronica Cartwright, Harry Dean Stanton, John Hurt, Ian Holm, and Yaphet Kotto. What can I say about Alien that already hasn't been said? My wife never saw the film, so I showed it to her. I didn't want to do the cliche thing and make this number 1, so I made up a rule and said my number 1 could not be a movie I have already saw. Hence the reason it is so low on the list. Even though it is great, if you've never seen it like my lovely wife, go and watch it now. Number 2. Trick or Treat. 4 interwoven stories that occur on Halloween. An everyday high school principal has a secret life as a serial killer. A college virgin might have just met the one guy for her. A group of teenagers pull a mean prank. A woman loathes the night, has to contend with her holiday-obsessed husband. Trick or Treat is directed by Michael Dougherty and stars Dylan Baker, Anna Paquin, and Brian Cox. This movie pulls off the anthology film perfectly in my opinion. They are all separate short stories, but tied together like a complete film. When I saw this movie back when it was first released, I was mesmerized, and I have the same feeling watching it again. It will be considered a classic horror film in the years to come. Number 1. Prince of Darkness. A research team finds a mysterious cylinder in a deserted church. If opened, it could mean the end of the world. This film is directed by John Carpenter and stars Donald Pleasance, Lisa Blount, and Jameson Parker. The second film in Carpenter's Apocalypse trilogy, starting with The Thing and ending with In the Mouth of Madness. This film isn't talked about much when you mention John Carpenter, but I feel it shouldn't be overlooked. I watched the movie this year by myself and was totally creeped out. The atmosphere was perfect, the acting was great, and the story as a whole was scary. Technically, most of the movies I watched this year were great. The only movie I do not recommend watching is Ouija. That movie sucks. And remember everyone, this is just my opinion and will probably change over time. But right now, this is how I feel about the 31 movies I watched this year. Thanks for watching, guys. What do you think of my list? Have you seen these movies? Do you think they suck? Let me know in the comments below, and remember to subscribe to Film Fixins for more things related to the movie industry. P.S. There will be no review this week. I am on vacation and used all my time to get this done before I left. So this week's review will be pushed till next. Thanks for understanding.